Okay then, I've been busy today, but I've just popped round at the corner shop. In fact, it was a bit of a shock actually because I haven't been out at home in nearly 2 weeks. The last time I went out in the car with hubby was actually to deliver our caravan to Sowell to have the work done on it. But I needed a few bits. I was going to pop to Western Fairville Centre. It's about 20-minute walk, maybe take a bit longer for me because it's all uphill going. But it's coming back as the problem with any shopping. Plus, I think if I went in Tesco's, I'll probably end up spending more money. If the weather, because it's very dark and dull outside and it is spitting of rain. Yeah, it's quite dull and everything. Excuse the state of the windows. I probably would have enjoyed the walk, but I decided just to go around our corner shop, which is a cost cutter, but they also sell a lot of Co-op products now. So first of all, I got 3 bottles of the Pepsi Max. It wasn't £1.99, it was £1.50, so I got 3 bottles. I did have, as you might have seen, fresh meat from Morrison's. I have got a small, very small Iceland haul coming up. When that gets delivered in the next day or so, just a few pieces because I wanted for a week to actually cook fresh meat. So I wanted some cooked meat just to pack up my son in the morning. And when I had my fresh meat come from Morrison's, I felt it was a bit on borderline whether it was going to be enough mince. So I've just paid out, I think it was £2.87 just to get a bit more mince due to the fact that both the guys are working long hours and overtime. So I just want to make sure there's enough food. If there happens to be enough left, which is doubtful, because hubby loves mince, and I'm going to do it with a bolognese sauce. Then I can always have it for my lunch tomorrow. I often say this, but very often it's eaten up. We don't have any wastage. I wanted a lettuce and tomatoes because I wanted to see the dates. That's ready. I believe I'm going to do something like chicken fajitas or something like that. And then I just got small milk. That was £1.10. And the tomatoes were, I think, 99p. I'm sure they were. I got very small milk. I have still got some milk, and I've got milk coming. So hubby can always take that to work just in case I run short. Now, this probably was actually quite expensive. It was with all the pound chocolates, so I thought it was £1, but it was actually £1.50. It's a Malteser, and I want to do a Malteser sort of gift for hubby, which will be coming up very shortly. As I said, I've already done one video giving ideas on how to wrap them. I'm putting another one in. And I also got these for hubby's stocking. These were actually £1. It's by Dime, so they're little robins. So I thought these would be nice to put in his stocking. So that is my miniature haul. I said it's a very small haul, but it's just to get through in between Morrison's and Iceland food shops. I hope the light's okay, but I thought I'd quickly come on this video of my short walk to the corner shop. At least I got some fresh air, a little bit of exercise, although I have been moving about a lot. I did say previously that I haven't been sleeping very well. Yeah, so hopefully, sometimes it goes like that. I will have a number of nights that I don't sleep very well, then suddenly I'm sort of knocked out and I will sleep all the way through and don't want to get up. But as I said, I've just sort of included that little mini haul on my little chat due to the fact it's between, as I said, the two food hauls, or will be. Yeah, so I'm busy around the home. I'm not actually sharing that today. It's sort of mini hotspots around our home. It always seems to be little bits and pieces. It doesn't look a lot, but it takes time. And when I sort of concentrating on getting those pieces put where they should be, You know, once you start a collection in one place, then it sort of escalates. Majority of that is paperwork. Yeah, we seem to still get a lot of paperwork, although a lot of information now is paperless. But there you are. So I'm not actually showing that, but this is more, I've done my 30-minute tidy up, which includes, you know, any washing up, beds and everything like that. And I've also done my 10-item pickup and one lot of laundry, and that will be going into the tumble dryer in a moment. So yeah, and then I can put my washing machine on a empty clean wash because it's work clothes. So, but I sort of, you know, sort of adding on to that 10-item pickup, because I noticed there was little bits and pieces sort of popping up around the home, and sort of tidying up as much as I can. Yeah, possibly, yeah, dare I say, some of it is me, but it's also the guys. And the only thing is, sometimes, you know, I give them a bit of paper or something, or the sorted paper, and it needs to go upstairs, either to be in the box to be burnt, or like anything else to be recycled if it's not got any private matters on, or filed away. Now, I do a majority of the filing. There's certain categories I don't touch. I can do, and I don't work, and I could do it, but I leave that to the guys. It's like my son's has a lot of paperwork through from work, or say to do with his car and things like that, his contracts, he still has paper. So he's got a filing system which I did set up for him. So, but very often I will see it sort of building up, and then you'll file it away, which I suppose, you know, whatever works, as long as it gets filed away if necessary, or in the box to be burnt. Hubby's most category is to do with the vehicles. Anything to do with vehicles, insurances, breakdown, MOT certificates, you know, a lot of it's, again, you can usually get online or whatever, or get an email and things like that. If he does happen to get any paperwork, I usually allow that to go to him to deal with, just for the fact that, again, I know I don't work, but I still think the guy should take some responsibility for paperwork, because I do get bogged down. I still got 2 quite big filing cabinets, as you'll probably see in the games room, and yeah, a lot of paperwork can be destroyed. I've actually still got my eldest son, I'm sure I've still got his red folder actually from when he was born, with all his details and everything on. I'm sure he hasn't got it. I don't know, I've got my sons, you know, there's a lot of things still in the folders that I need to go through, and I must admit it didn't totally get done in January. Some of it did, but not all of it. It's one of those jobs, it's not high up here where I can't stand doing it, it's sort of midway, and very often this is where the timer comes in. I think when I go in, got to sort some paperwork out, or filing or whatever, I try and do it as I go along, but it don't always happen. And so I set a timer and say, well, I'm going to do it 10 minutes. And like I've said before previously, sometimes when you set that timer, or your whatever you decide to do, sometimes, you know, once you get going, it's just making that first step. You end up continuing what you're doing until maybe you've done most of it, if not all of the job. I think I have to say my worst job, and I think the last time I got out of it, is cleaning the oven. I do not like cleaning the oven. I think ages ago when I was working, especially when we first married, I used to use that Mr. Muscle spray, and I used to be terrible, ill. I used to have to do it on a day when I knew I wasn't working the next day, even wearing a mask. For some reason, it always made me ill. I've tried a lot of more natural things, but I have been using that pink paste that you can get from Poundland. Is it just called Pink? I think it is, and I find that very good. And also the glass inside the oven, and sometimes also inside the oven, I actually use a steam cleaner too, because the glass does actually slide out, so you can steam clean that, and it works really well. I use the steam cleaner on tiles in the bathroom, and you know, the cloakroom, and quite a lot of areas as well. So that's just another tool to use. I haven't really gone through, I think, a video actually, maybe I should put that on my list of what I use for cleaning. I try and keep the sprays down to minimum, but I do like Febreze, and I did buy that what was it, Sugar Plum, I think it was, from B&M the last time I went in. I think it was B&M. But I very often just spray that, you know, little areas, and I keep it quite low because obviously it can be in the air. But because I'm usually the last one to bed, I used to, not every day, probably once a week maybe, I'll just spray little bits of area, you know, as I'm gone upstairs, so I haven't got it breathing in and everything, and it smells nice in the morning. Also, trying not to use those sort of sprays upstairs, you know, just for breathing reasons. But also I like to use Febreze, especially if the house is going to be locked up. Not so much now, but when we've gone away, all three of us, I like to spray it around the home, especially if it's going to be shut up for anything from a week to 2 weeks. So it's getting a bit off topic, but I thought I would come on and give a little mini chat. If you want to comment down below and let me know what are your favourite cleaning products, what are your favourite cleaning tools, that sort of thing, that would be most helpful. So it's always nice and nosy to see what other people use. I do use a lot of wipes, and I get those from Wilko's. I did actually comment, I think it was, yeah, Diane Kelly. I did comment recently on one of her videos that I do, like her, use the wipes. I find, I know it might be not in my environment friendly, that's the term, but I find if I leave those accessible, kitchen, bathroom and places like that, and the cloakroom, there's more reason and, I don't know, how do I say this, encouragement for the guys to wipe over taps, sinks, especially toothpaste, you know what I mean? If they can see the wipes, you know, yeah, they know where they are. It's just, you know, quick wipe over. If I haven't done it at night or first thing in the morning, sometimes I do it both, then, you know, every little bit helps. I try and make things as easy as I can for guys. Maybe also you can comment down below about your partner. Is your partner one of these that leaves everything to you? Is it 50-50? Is the percentage different? Yeah, I'd like to say I do most things, but there could be that odd day when the guys, or one of or two of them, are both off. They're not usually both off at the same time. I try and keep a little mini list, not too bad, of jobs that I don't feel comfortable I can do or need help with. So that's when the percentage may be more male orientated, especially as I'm been banned. I'm not allowed to use an electric drill or anything unless I've got hubby's supervision. I always said I wanted a pink drill, but we have got about 3 or 4 drills, but there you are. But at the moment we don't need anything drilling, so there you are. I keep saying about things. I did go through a time years ago, I'm talking years ago, where we were both working full-time, and we didn't exactly swap roles, but say he would cook a meal and he would teach me to change a tyre. You know, just things like that, little things that I wouldn't necessarily do and what he necessarily wouldn't do. We sort of swap roles as much as we can, you know, just to get a feel and everything. And I haven't done that for a while, I must admit. I don't even know whether I could actually change a tyre now, even if I did drive. And yes, I do drive, but I haven't driven for a long time. I've lost my nerve. The guys keep trying to encourage me to get behind the wheel and everything, so yeah. So I'm just thought I'd come on for a quick natter. I don't think it's been a while since I've done one of these. As I said, I'm really busy with the hotspots around our home. I'm continuing to filter through videos on kitchen organisation and things like that. There may be hooks that haven't got anything on. pictures or canvases or anything, and some ornaments might be missing, so there might be some gaps. That's due to the fact that slowly after Halloween especially, I've started actually putting stuff away. I always seem to be, it doesn't matter how much I plan, and I do have a planning system. My Christmas decorations, when they come down from the loft, they're pretty much in the room that they're supposed to go, if that makes sense, but I always seem to get in a mess. It was a little bit better last year due to the fact that 2 or 3 days leading up to getting the decorations down, I did actually take everything out that I didn't want out, because that's the thing, especially Moi has got a lot of Christmas decorations. I have got rid of quite a bit, but it just makes it so cluttered if I've got my existing decor out and the Christmas one. There's certain things that I change. I've mentioned that I've got like the pocket watch collection there. On top is a like a wooden frame. I got it from Dunelm, and I got it for something, I think, I can't remember now, $4.99. It was half price because it hadn't got the glass jars in that you put candles in, but I didn't want those. I wanted the frame, because when I was working out how to do it, or get hubby to help me make one of those, the wood again would have been so expensive. So it just so happened it was the right time, it was meant to be. But if I remember rightly, last year, I don't know if it was the year before as well, no, last year I did, I got those you know, the silver trees, and I got 3 of them, and I put them in the spacing, and then I put some lights and foliage and things like that round, and it worked really good, and it was really inexpensive to do that. Sometimes I do incorporate my existing decor, and if you don't want to get cluttered, or you're not going overboard, yeah, right, am I going overboard? I did say to hubby, and he looked at me and he knew what I was going to say, because last year I don't think I did it, but a couple of years ago he did say to me what was not used, can we get rid of? And of course that's fatal. That's it, everything came out. You couldn't move, you know, everything was, it was pretty cluttered, I must admit, because some things I like to change around from year to year. But hubby seems to think that I'm going to go full out this time. I started giving bits and pieces to our son and daughter-in-law and granddaughter, so some bits are moving out of the home, so that's been on the cards for the last couple of years. So, and I did have a nice dining room tree, but due to the fact I've got our granddaughter's toy station, it's not going to work, because the little unit that's here that hubby uses for it's to do with phone charging, we have spare phones, I think we've got 2 spare phones now, and things like that, and it's vaping stuff and everything, it's sort of down here. That used to go over where the toy station is, and I used to have the tree here, but no, last year. But I won't get rid of it, because it's going to come to a time, I think, when we're not going to want the big main tree up. I don't know about the lighting. The lighting seems to be going light and dark. I do sorry about that. It just seems, I think that's what's coming across actually. It keeps going light and dark. I don't know why. But there might come a time when I want something simple like that. But at the moment, we put the family tree up, and I'll go into more detail when that goes up. Even hobby, we never put our decorations up before the 1st of December. Sometimes I sort of pencil it in for the 1st of December, especially if it happens to be a weekend, because I need all the boxes down. I can't manage it. The box is too heavy, especially the main tree. It is a 7-foot tree. And hubby actually turned round, and he's actually said, do I want the decorations up early? And I went, you what? You what? And I said, I will see, because obviously this lockdown, or semi-lockdown is supposed to end about the 2nd of December. I'm not holding my breath, but we shall see what happens after that. I'm sure announcement will go up before that date, so then I'll work it out, because he was saying about whether to put the decorations up that weekend before that. We shall see. Yeah, I do. Hubby laughs at this. Sometimes I allow 2 or 3 days. I used to be able to get all the decorations down early on, say, a Saturday, and by Saturday night, usually 10 o'clock at night, I used to have all the boxes back in the loft and every room used to be decorated. Unfortunately, I haven't got the stamina to do that, and sometimes it takes me 2 or 3 days to do that. But what I like to do is always get the main tree up first, because that is the biggest job, and that tends to allow us half day to do that. Depends on how many people are helping. You know, I did have our granddaughter come last December, and I allowed her to put some of the decorations. Yeah, she sort of put them all on one branch, but it was quite nice anyway. So yeah, so sometimes it takes me 2 or 3 days, but what I tend to do is get down what I believe I'm going to use and get the boxes put up in the loft. And usually one of the plastic boxes I may use, if I haven't already, and to put decor pieces that have been around the home, store them in my decor cupboard upstairs until after the season, so they get swapped back out, if that makes sense. But we shall see. I'm sort of put on my to-do list to look back on my videos for last December. The only thing is I'm not 100% sure whether it's going to be exciting, because I did all going around the shops, what's in the shop, gifts, ideas, although I'm doing that. Went to a Christmas fair with a friend. We went out and had to a cafe in Abington Park, where we had a you know, cream tea and things. We went to garden centres and things like that. We had crafting sessions, not only with her but with the community centre. So a lot of these things are not going to possibly happen this year. Well, I'm not counting on it, so I'm not 100% sure how exciting my Vlogmas will be this year, but I'm sort of making notes because I wanted to change a couple of bits of my decor this year, especially the main bedroom, which is normally, believe it or not, if you follow me, owls. It's usually Christmas owls of some sort, and I've even got a fleece blanket, Christmas fleece blanket with owls on. But I want to swap it over and make it Disney themed, mostly Mickey and Minnie, because I got my new quilt set. But there you are, we shall see. But then what I will have to decide is what I'm doing with those decorations. Am I going to put them on the main tree or not? I will see, because some of them are quite special. So hopefully you've enjoyed this video. Sorry for the sort of talking. I'm feeling okay actually. Look, a bit pasty. I think it's I'm glad I got a bit of fresh air anyway, if nothing else. I think it's been shut up quite a bit, and it hasn't been brilliant. We've had a lot of rain the last few days, so I didn't feel like walking around the lakes or something, but I am getting the exercise. I'm up and down the stairs and everything, but I have to watch my back and my legs and knees. But yeah, I'm still trying to keep my mobility going. So again, hopefully you've enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching. Goodbye.